Hey there, tech fans. Today I've got the brand new Eufy Omni E28 robotic vacuuming system. And you'll notice I didn't just call this a robotic vacuum because that wouldn't be doing it justice. There are a lot of companies that make basic vacuuming robots that kind of roam around your home and they'll vacuum up debris on a wood floor or a tile floor or even vacuum your carpet. But they tend to be very basic products. They'll kind of wander into a room vacuuming until they bump into something. Then they'll change direction slightly and wander in that direction, or they bump into something else and maybe spin around and head in this direction. And it could take 2 or 3 passes of the room to actually get your carpeting clean. They also tend to have very weak vacuuming power, which means you can't actually pull the debris from deep down in the pile of that carpet. They also could have really weak batteries, which means you might only get 30 minutes or 45 minutes of vacuuming time out of them. Then other companies make robotic mops, and they tend to wander across the hard surface like wood or tile, and they'll throw down a little bit of water, they'll spin some brushes on top of it, and then they'll vacuum up that dirty water. But they don't have any awareness of where the dirty spots are and the clean spots are in the room, so you might have a dirty spot over by the sink and a clean spot by the table, and those simple products are going to treat both of those areas the same, and you've still got dirt on the floor over there by the sink. This unit is actually 4 products in one. It's a dry vacuum, but it's a smart dry vacuum. So when it wanders into a room, the first thing it does is map that room out. So it knows exactly where it has to clean. It knows where the obstacles are to avoid. It's got LiDAR, it's got a camera on the front of it, and it remembers the room. So when you go back into that room with this vacuum, it already knows what it's got to clean, and it's incredibly efficient. It also has a really powerful battery that provides 120 minutes, more than 120 minutes of use on a single charge. It can also mop. So if you put it on a surface like wood or tile, it's got a really intelligent mopping system inside that knows exactly where the dirty spots are, and it'll spend a little bit more time cleaning up that spot and a little less time cleaning up the cleaner spots. And again, it'll map that room as well. The other thing it does really well is it's got a removable vacuuming spot cleaner. Now, if you've cleaned a room before, maybe you've got pets at home and they've had an accident in the living room, this isn't going to get all of that up. So what do you need? You need an additional carpeting cleaner that you can either get one of those big ones and run it across, or one of the smaller ones, but it's another product. This has it built in. This lifts right off the base, and it's got a nice hose on the one side, and you can actually spot clean the carpeting. You can spot clean a hard floor. You can go on your upholstery. If you've got couches or maybe chairs that have upholstery that have stains on it, you can use it for that as well. And then the fourth function is the intelligent base. It's incredibly smart. So when the unit comes back, it's going to fast charge the robot. It'll also pull all the dirty water out and put that in a collection tank in the back. It'll fill with clean water. It'll clean the brushes. It'll air dry the brushes. So there's a lot of magic going on inside here. And all of it together takes one outlet in the wall. You plug it in, you open up the application, hit a button, and it goes off and does its business. It can also be voice controlled. If you have a smart speaker, you can yell at your speaker and have it start that cleaning cycle, and you can set up a schedule. So if you're away from home during the day, maybe that's when you want the robot out there cleaning your carpets or your hardwood floors. Now, as part of this clip, I can't possibly review this in one clip, or it'll be 2 hours. So what I thought I'd do in this particular clip is a basic unboxing just to show you the 4 different products and give you a basic understanding of how they work, but I will be putting a series of clips together, and each one of those clips will concentrate on a different function. So there'll be one on the dry vacuuming, one on the mopping function, one on the portable cleaner, and one on the smart base, and then one final one after I've had a chance to use it for a couple of weeks to give you my impressions of how this compares to other robotic vacuum cleaners that I'm using currently. So again, in the kit, when you open up the box, there's a ton of packaging in there, so be very careful about how you unpack it, but you'll find the base unit, you'll find the robot, and you'll find the external cleaner here. They all fit together really nicely. You have a quick start guide that has a lot of graphics, and I really like graphics that explains how to get started, where to put the water, where to put the cleaning fluid, how to clean it when it comes back and it's got dirty water in the container. And then a full instruction manual is also included that explains everything you'll ever want to know about this product, how to clean it, how to fill it, how to use it, how to program it, how to use the app, how to use the voice control, all the magic that can happen inside the unit. And again, I have to say this before I get too deep into each of these individual units. Eufy's a company that's been around for a long time, and they make a wide range of incredibly intelligent products. This has artificial intelligence built in, which is the latest wave of innovation in electronics. It's hands down the smartest robotic vacuuming system I've ever tested, and it's almost scary smart. It's that good. When it wanders into a room and knows exactly where the couch is, where the chairs are, maybe where the table legs are, and it's really, really wickedly smart when it's moving around that surface to just clean the areas that need cleaning. and not clean as hard on areas that don't need the cleaning. So anyway, stay tuned and I'll wander through a couple of different discussions on each of these products, and then I'll come back with a few final thoughts at the end. I wanted to start off with a closer look at the robotic vacuum because it's really the heart of the system. And I was surprised initially about how big it is in general, and more importantly, how much it weighs. It's about 12 inches wide, a little over, and a little over 14 inches deep. And it's got a really interesting shape. It's not quite a square, and it's not quite a circle. It's kind of a square with curved edges up top, and that helps it get into those corners in your room to get all that dirt and debris out of those nooks and crannies. But the weight really surprised me. It's almost 12 pounds, which is a lot heavier than a lot of the other robotic vacuums that I've tested. And the more I thought about that, that's a really good thing, because the heavier it is means it's going to push down deeper in your carpet and get down deep into the fibers and pull all that debris out. And it's also important when you're using the wet vac, because keeping it tight against the floor because of the weight allows it to spin the brush and get deeper into that stain to get it removed pretty quickly. So the weight's a good thing. Let's talk a little bit about the sensors. On the top of the unit, you've got the LiDAR unit right here. You've got two sensors on the front of the unit as well, which help it with obstacle detection and avoidance. On the bottom of the unit, there's a ring of sensors all around the outside. You've got two sensors up front here, two more sensors on the side, and those are time of flight sensors. Basically what they're doing is bouncing infrared light off the ground so it knows where the edge is. So if you're approaching stairs, it'll stop, or if you're heading for a carpet, it can make adjustments as needed to go from a solid surface like tile or a wood floor to your carpeting. Now on the top, there's a cover right there, which popped off because I turned it over, but you'll basically lift this cover off, and then inside here you'll see a filter assembly, and this is the collection bin for the dust. Now, you won't have to normally remove that because it empties this automatically when it gets back to the base, but being able to open this, there's a little latch right here. If you pop that open, you'll see the filter on the top, and that's something you'll have to clean every so often. You can wash this out, let it air dry, and you can wash this out as well. Over time, you're going to have to replace this, so it might be a good idea to pick up a few of these and have them on hand, but that won't happen for 6 or 7 months. You've got plenty of time, depending on how often you're cleaning your carpet. Then to put it back in, you'll drop it in the unit and gently put the handle down. That'll lock it in place. And you can put the cover back on. Now the unit again has got brushes on the bottom. These are corner brushes. One is fixed and one can actually extend, which is a nice feature. A lot of the other units have fixed brushes like this where they can only reach so far. With this one, it can actually extend that brush and spin it into the corner to pull that debris out of a really tight corner. Now if I'm looking at the bottom of the unit, you've got two brushes here that rotate in different directions, and that'll help untangle any hair you pick up or fur or anything else that gets in there. A lot of the other units on the market have one continuous brush when it's dry vacuuming, and the hair can get wrapped up in there and you've got to pull it out all the time and clean it up. And this is the actual pad that's going to be used for the cleaning when you're using the wet vac. The legs are retractable, so it can actually lower down when it's coming off the carpet onto a hard surface and then go back up a little higher when it's going onto the carpeting. And you may have to pull these out to clean them, and that's really easy to do. You'll basically pull in on these two little levers. This cover comes off. Then you can pop these two off, pull them out, clean them up as you need to, put them back in and pop them back in. And then on the back right here, I'll take the cover off again. On the back right here is a button that says push, and if you push that, the water tank pops out the back. Now you won't have to do much here, but you can open it up and clean it up if you need to over time, but it shouldn't be a big deal. It pops right back on like this, and you're good to go. So once you've got this ready and everything is set to go, put it back in the base, plug it in. It'll take a couple of hours to charge it up, and then you can use it for the first time. On the front of the unit, you can see that moves, and that's actually sensing if the LiDAR missed it and the optical sensors up front missed it. Like if you've got a pet walking through the room, if it hits that, it's going to make the adjustment. It'll stop in its tracks and make the adjustment to find an opening it can get through. And that's pretty much it for the robotic vacuum. Now I'll take a look at the spot cleaner, which is about 14 inches wide, including the coiled vacuum hoses, and about 14 inches deep this way, and a little over 12 inches tall. It weighs 12 pounds, so it's a little bit heavy. The handle can lift up right here, put it back down when it's in. And what's interesting is the base actually doesn't have any electronics in it. This is the main engine for everything. This is what does the vacuuming. Even with the robot vac, it's going to pull the dust out and the dirty water out. And on this unit, you have two tanks. On the front, you have a clean water tank, and on the back, you have a dirty water tank. So you can remove the clean water tank like this. There's a little door up top here you can open up. When you open that up, you can fill it, and there's a fill line right on the side. You want to make sure you don't go any higher than that, and you can add your cleaning fluid here and pop that back on the unit. Once you've used it for a while, or once you want to clean out the actual dirty water tank, that's on the back. You can lift that up. Then you can open it up and you can pour that out. Rinse this out with clean water and let it air dry before you put it back in. Then slide it back in the unit and you're ready to go. Now what's nice about this is, number one, they give you a really long cord. This cord is almost 10 feet, so you can get quite a ways away from an electrical outlet when you're using this, and that's important. And that kind of threw me a little bit when I first opened up the kit, because I thought, why do I need such a long cord if I'm just plugging in the base? And now I realize if I'm using this in a room, I may be pretty far away from an electrical outlet, so that's nice. And on this side, you'll find one little door here that opens up, and that's a filter. So it's a bit of a particle filter inside that you can pull out when needed, and you can clean that. Just rinse it under water, clean it up, and put it back in there. And that'll keep some of the debris down if you're dry vacuuming, or if you pick up any debris at all. So it's a really compact unit. I like the fact that I've got this cord hanger on the back that I can wrap the cord around. And then on this side, you've got a nice long vacuum hose that you can use. So you can be quite a ways away from the unit and actually vacuum as you need to and spot clean your carpeting or your upholstery or your stairs or anything really you want to get that stain out of. When you're done, you'll just wrap that hose back up like this. Then the unit snaps right back on here, and it's well organized. And you can lift this up and put it right back on the base. That's pretty much it. This is one of my favorite things about this new system, the E28, is that it really is one of the best robotic vacuums I've seen, with all the features that I've talked about. Plus I have a spot cleaner that's part of the system. It's all integrated, so it's going to keep this clean, it's going to keep the robot clean, and that base station, which I'll show you next, takes responsibility for doing all those cleaning operations. And that's pretty much it for the spot cleaner. The final component is the intelligent docking station, which essentially ties the entire system together. This is about 14.5 inches wide, a little over 19 inches deep, and about 17.5 inches tall. And the interesting thing is there are no active components inside. There's no electronics, you don't plug it in. It really just connects the portable spot cleaner to the robotic vacuum below once it's docked. And once that robot docks, it talks to that portable spot cleaner and triggers a cleaning cycle where it pulls the dirty water out and stores that in that portable spot cleaner. It pulls the debris and dirt out and stores that in a bag up here, which is about a 3-liter bag, which will hold up to 75 days of dirt and debris. But that triggering happens from the robot, and it interacts with that portable spot cleaner, again, to evacuate the dirty water and fill it with clean water, and then triggers a cleaning cycle, a drying cycle, and all the other things it needs to get that robot ready for its next cycle. This can be located anywhere near an electrical outlet. It doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's incredibly compact. I hope those closer looks were helpful. Now, what Eufy's created with their new Omni E28 robotic vacuuming system is a complete cleaning solution for your entire home, which includes a super intelligent robotic vacuum cleaner that can easily pick up dirt and debris from hardwood floors, tile floors, and even your carpeting. It employs the very latest in LiDAR technology and vision technology, so it can instantly map out an area, and it knows where it needs to clean and where the obstacles are that it needs to avoid when it's moving through the room. It also has artificial intelligence built in and can recognize over 200 different objects that you'll find in your home to help with that navigation. It can operate for over 2 hours on a full charge, and it has an incredibly powerful vacuum of up to 20,000 PA, which means it'll pull debris from deeper in your carpet that other vacuums may have missed. It also includes an intelligent mopping function for hard surfaces, like tile or hardwood floors, where it puts down just the right amount of cleaning fluid and water to remove those stubborn stains. And it's smart enough to know where the dirty parts of your floor are and the clean parts are, and will come back to those dirty parts as needed to get rid of those stains. And if that's not enough, there's also a removable spot cleaner on the unit that you can lift off the base, and you can use this to spot clean parts of your carpet that may need a little extra attention. Maybe your pet had an accident, or you want to clean the stairs, or you'd like to clean a stain on your couch. And the best part is the intelligent base handles all of the housekeeping. So it pulls the dirty water, it pulls the dust and debris out of the robot, it refills the tank, it'll clean the brushes up front, it'll clean the rollers, it air dries the rollers with both air and heat, and it puts this in a good position to head back out and start cleaning again. It also removes all of the debris from this cleaner over here, and there's a bag on the other side that'll handle all of that in a dust bag that you can throw out and replace when needed. Everything you need to get started is included. You can simply plug it into a wall outlet and start using the product. And the best part is it's super intelligent, and there's an application you can use to map out the rooms and modify those maps. You can actually start it by talking to a smart speaker and have it start its routine, or you can schedule it so it's cleaning your house when you're away, and that way you come home to a nice clean house. Thanks again for watching, and I really hope you found this review helpful. And until next time, as always, stay nerdy.